Arise, first of the Phyrexian planeswalkers. You will not be the last.
Tamiyo's eyes fluttered at the sound of Jin Gataxis's voice. She sat up, processing the shapes around her. It wasn't the first time she'd been awake in the laboratory, but it was the first time it felt familiar. Frowning, Tamiyo reached for her satchel and pulled out one of her story scrolls. She stared at the parchment, watching as the words flashed with a metallic sheen and morphed into another language entirely. She read the Phyrexian text as if she'd been doing it all her life and felt a strange contentment wash over her. Phyrexia was her new home. She was a part of it, mind, body, and soul. Tamiyo looked down at the chrome flickering across her arms like strange patchwork. It was as freshly polished as the rebuilt portion of Jin Gataxis's chest. The monster shifted nearby, teeth clicking together as he studied the cape-like wires, flowing with bright liquid. They trailed from Tamiyo's flesh to a nearby machine. Tamiyo only felt gratitude to the monster. She had always loved her family and would do anything to protect them. Now she would protect Phyrexia with the same unfailing loyalty. When Tesseret's reflection appeared on one of the surgical glass beakers, Jin Gataxis turned, snapping his sharp jaws in greeting.
Your presence has been scarce in recent days.
The monster noted. There was a hint of sharpness in his voice. Tesseret brushed off the unveiled accusation and lifted his metal arm. It glowed with a faint pink energy.
Using the planar bridge takes a toll. I was recovering.
He glanced at Tamiyo with distaste. She tilted her head. Something was rattling him. Something he was attempting to conceal with irritation.
You do not like me. I can feel your truth.
If he was not loyal to Phyrexia, she would discover the reason why. There was a vulnerability in the way he watched her. Perhaps it was not solely to do with his damaged body. Tezzeret bit down on his unease, replacing it with indifference.
You and your friends tried to interfere with Phyrexia's plans. I have no reason to like you, and even less reason to trust you.
Tamiyo could only find truth in his words, so she settled back in her seat, glancing briefly at the 3 iron-bound scrolls she swore never to use. She'd always believed they were far too powerful and risked causing great destruction. But she also promised to intervene if there was ever an immediate threat to the place and people she considered home. Phyrexia was her family now, and there was nothing she wouldn't do for her family. Jin Gataxis snarled.
She has been informed and has been suitably chastised for underestimating my intelligence.
Tezzeret blinked, solemn.
It sounds like things are going well. Does Elish Norn know you've succeeded in creating the first Phyrexianized planeswalker?
Jin Gataxis moved aside, metal body gleaming.
The work continues to progress, but there is still much to be done.
Research, further data, progress. Tamiyo had traveled the multiverse for knowledge, and if that's what would protect Phyrexia, then she would help in any way she could. Her family would always come first.